Great. Okay, Jannat is also here. Okay, brilliant. Okay, very nice. We've got 5 responses.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming these are the responses that we will get. I'm not sure about the other people either. They are not able to get the option or what's the issue, but good to see that more people are joining us here. So we have around 10 people already. Okay. Okay, so I think with that, I will end the poll. I've given you more than a minute, 1.5 minutes. Okay. But thank you for your responses. We just wanted to make sure we have it, your feedback captured. Thank you, everyone. Sure, ma'am. So over to you. You can get started. I'll make you the host and you can get started, ma'am. All right. So guys, basis your discussion with ma'am, you all can decide whether today would be the last class or Friday would be the last class. But I would say, I mean, it was a fantastic experience working with all of you, Manjula ma'am, Zeenat ma'am, and of course the Step Up team, right? We all were very happy to help you improve your communication skills. And communication is one thing that even when you are at, when you're 50-year-old and when you're a leader in the organization, still you will go through communications training. Okay. So communication is a very, very vital, part of the whole human evolution. And all humans spend most of their time communicating, and the senior you go in an organization, right, the more it's about communication. So I think it's important to starting from basic communication, talking to your friends and your colleagues and your teachers and your relatives and your parents and your family, right? That's very important. So communication plays a role there, as you grow into your career. I think it's something that is, and it's a continuous process. So while these classes may have certainly helped you, but it should only motivate you. Our idea is to just to lay the foundation and show you the direction, but it is a continuous learning process, meaning I still learn so many things, right? Just by listening to Manjula ma'am's class, just by listening to other faculty's class, I think I still learn a lot. And I know I need to improve definitely a lot on my communication skills. So but it's a good experience to have. So I hope you had a good learning experience with us and would continue to focus on your English, be it vocabulary, be it grammar, be it just speaking. So I want to wish you all the best, and I want to hand it over to Manjula ma'am, who can take it from here.
Ashish, I would like to add one point
Yes,
here.
please, ma'am.
In the last session, we had worked on the concept, tell me something about yourself, and I had given them an assignment.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Swahiba, Getrude, Neeraj, they all had come up with wonderful introduction.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah. It was
Because,
not the
ma'am,
it was not the monotonous kind of an introduction. They had really analyzed themselves better, and they had come up with a wonderful introduction.
correct. And ma'am, you and I both know that we interview many people, and we've seen final year engineering students also not able to introduce themselves, which is actually
Yes.
pretty bad, because when you, like, know so much, you've learned so much, but ultimately you should, at least your first impression of introducing yourself should be good. And we've seen people like there. So it's great that you already, before even joining your graduation or almost joining your graduation, you're good at the stage. So which is brilliant. Thank you for sharing that, ma'am. Yeah.
Thanks, Ashish. Thank you so much.
Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure, Ashish. Okay. So I see 9 participants now. Hi, Emmanuel, Getrude, Jannat, Neeraj, Sanduni, Sharyar, Swahiba. A very good afternoon. Welcome to the session. Okay. Emmanuel, you can unmute and speak. Gertrude, you can unmute and speak. Janath. Swahiba, Shariar. Okay, nice. You're all there. Okay. So meanwhile, I'll just take one quick. Okay, can you unmute and speak, Emmanuel? Emmanuel?
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
there? Yes, Emmanuel is there. So how are you, Emmanuel?
I'm doing fine, and you?
I'm doing great. So how is the things at your end?
Huh?
How is the things at your end?
Things are fine. I'm just waiting for the Gen response for the scholarship.
Okay, very good, very good. Gertrude, are you there?
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, Gertrude. How are
Yes,
you?
I'm here. I'm fine, thanks, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing great. All going great. So we are
Yes,
on the verge of
I'm just a bit sad.
huh?
I'm just a bit sad that the classes are ending very soon.
I know. We are at the verge of closing our sessions. Yeah,
Yeah,
weekly sessions.
which is really bad.
You know
Yes,
what?
yes.
I got this news yesterday that you are. Why? Why this soon?
Uh, one is maybe participation somewhere. It would have been nice if more students would have participated. And ultimately, it's a decision from Ashish. They will take the decision in discussion with the college. But then, what was your thought process?
What?
What was your thought process?
Third process, what do you mean?
In the sense, like you needed more sessions like this?
Yes, more sessions like this, but suddenly, in just a blink, it's ending. How come? Why?
Oh my God. Okay. Let me check with Ashish on this. That's what Ashish has given us the indication that you discuss and take a call. So because the day before yesterday also I saw there were only 3 participants. So see, since it's a free session, please educate your friends also to participate. The more number of you people participate, we can have a very interactive session. We can learn from each other and we can benefit from each other. That is the objective. Yeah, that is the
Yes.
objective. Yeah. So how about others' opinion? Gertrude, Neeraj, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Neeraj, yes. So how is things at your end?
The things are going right, and
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
quite feeling sad because our session is going to be end
No,
soon.
if at all you guys prefer we should have few more sessions, we are ready to do that. It's our prime job that we will be definitely teaching you on more concepts, and me and Zinat ma'am will be there. We'll be teaching you on more concepts and we'll ensure that we handheld you. So that's what Ashish said. Just discuss with them like should we continue or how is this? Because we see very scanty, very thin participation. So no, we are there. Even one student is there. We are ready to teach them as the facilitators. That is our motto. That is our duty and responsibility. We stand by it. But yes, if more students are there, if more students are participating, then it will be real fun in terms of learning and at the same way, interaction, everything will be very meaningful. You all agree with that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, on YouTube, I see Shafiullah, Badriya. Good afternoon. A very warm welcome to the session. Islam also is there. Okay. All of you, a very warm welcome to the session. Good afternoon. Last session also, it was a very interactive session. Even though we were 4 people, right? Sanduni was there. Swahiba, were you there, right?
No, ma'am, I was not there.
No, Sanduni and Getrude was there. Correct. Am I right?
Where am I?
Yeah, Sanduni, Getrude and Neeraj was there. So they had, I had given them an assignment to write about themselves. Tell me something about yourself. Tell me something about yourself is a very powerful question. Very, very powerful question. It can either make your career or break your career. So what is your idea of tell me something about yourself? People who didn't write their essay, like I had asked you to write a script about tell me something about yourself. So what do you understand by tell me something about yourself? I think you all can unmute and speak. I have allowed you to speak actually.
I mean, tell me about yourself. We must not say about ourselves that is included in CV. We must tell the things that are not included in CV. We should say
Absolutely.
about our strength, weaknesses, our goals, our objective of taking the business, our if someone have if someone wants something to be improved, or how they will benefit the organization, what are their characteristics.
Yes, absolutely. And what is that value add as a candidate they will make it to the organization? That is also very, very important. So when they ask you the question, tell me something about yourself, the organization or the employer, the potential employer wants to know what kind of candidate they are hiring for their organization. So when you are narrating about your profile, when you're presenting your profile, you should always focus on what is the value add I'm bringing it to their table. That means what is that value add I'm contributing, I will be able to contribute to the organization through my talent, skill, knowledge, and capabilities. So what's there in it for them? What's there in it for them? Okay, that is a formula. What's there in it for them? That means it's not about me. I am this, I am this, I am this. Yes, I have to demonstrate my strength. At the same time, me should not be too much. Okay, that me should not be too much. But at the same time, I should demonstrate the values. I should demonstrate the advantage of hiring me. I should make them sure that if you hire me, based on this profile, if you hire me, I will be a value add in this area. So you should be able to sell yourself. Sell yourself in terms like where you market yourself. You market your strength, you market your knowledge, you market your skills, you market your abilities. And in that way, you exhibit that this is the value I'm getting it to the table. It is not too much of me, but at the same time, what is that I'm getting it to the table where I can add a value to your organization, solve a problem existing in your organization, or be a part of the solution working in your organization. So you should give them that optimistic approach that if you hire me, since I have all these values, since I have all this strength and capabilities, I will be a value add to your organization. So we have to position or tell me something about yourself in terms of how I will be a value add to their organization. So that is the importance of tell me something about yourself. So as and when you come across a question, tell me something about yourself, we asked you to write a script. Sanduni, Getrude, and Neeraj, they all had come up with a wonderful script. I was so impressed. There was no monotonous introduction like I'm from this place, my father is working in this company, my mother is a homemaker, my siblings. No, they really spoke their personality. They really spoke their personality, and it's a one-time activity. I told you, right? You sit in your lazy couch, have a cup of coffee, sit in your cozy room, and start writing about yourself. In the beginning, it may go to 16 pages, 20 pages, right? Everything about you, what you know about yourself, right, wrong, A to Z, I can say, right? Everything. Then review. Then whichever really doesn't apply to you, erase it from the list. Again, write it. Again, review. It's a one-time activity, and your script will be ready. When I say script, the next question is, ma'am, we have to mug it up, is it? No. No need of mugging it up, because you are doing a self-analysis. You're analyzing yourself. It's a self-reflection. When you start analyzing yourself, when you do a self-reflection, you understand yourself better. And when I understand myself better, and little bit of rehearsals here and there, little bit of practice, my delivery will be very, very natural. That is why we say for interviews, you have to really prepare. And not only for interviews, anything related to communication, there should be a preparation. Imagine you are going to meet your uh, uh, a new friend for the first time. You have just met him in your train journey, or you have met him in flight, and this is your second visit. You need to meet him. You have got an invitation to meet him. You never know, that particular friend may turn into a promising employer. You never know. Or he may turn into a promising partner. Together you may start a business. So it's very, very unpredictable how you get the opportunities, but preparation is a must. Preparation in terms of communication, how you communicate with others. Preparation in terms of your body language, preparation in terms of your dressing etiquettes, preparation in terms of your meeting etiquettes, preparation in terms of your presentation. For everything, preparation is the key. And tell me something about yourself is one question. It's not only in the interview. Whenever you meet a person, they will definitely ask you, what are you, who are you, what's your background, you're from which place. So everything that if they want to really understand the other person, you need to know about themselves first. And in one of the sessions I have told you, you have to know 10 things about a person when you meet them for the first time. What are those 10 things, if you can recollect? I have allowed all of you to speak. You can unmute and speak. What are those 10 things I had told you that you can trigger the small talk? You can connect with the other person in a very comfortable way. Not being feeling awkward. What are those 10 things? People on YouTube, you also can please answer. Hasib, yes. How are you, ma'am? I'm doing great, Hasib. How about you? Okay. Majaharul Islam from Bangladesh. Welcome to the session, Mahajarul. Okay. What are those things I had told you? 10 things. Guys, let's keep it interactive, okay? Whatever is there in your mind, please speak up. What are those 10 things I had told you? You can trigger that small talk, and you can build a conversation with other people. Yes, I had told you 10 things. Very common things it is. Everyone would like to talk about that. I'm giving so much of hints. Neeraj? Emmanuel, yes, Emmanuel. Tell me.
When did you talk about this? Was it?
Which one?
Was I this about what to talk about? 10 things.
In the earlier sessions, we had mentioned about this. I had mentioned about this in detail, actually.
When?
When I can't give you the exact date, but then yes,
Oh,
we have discussed. Yeah.
okay. Let me
Yeah.
try maybe. We talk about the achievements,
Achievements. Okay, very good. Very good.
like the education background,
Education
and that would
background.
help.
Yes. Yes.
And also where the person is from. That might keep the conversation going.
Yes, absolutely. So they are called as small talk. So when we meet the people for the first time, what do we talk? That is the challenge for everyone. What is that topic where I would like to trigger something and start with a small talk? So in that scenario, I had told you one is the 10 things. Out of the 10 things, one is name of the person. You get the name of the person, his educational background, if he's working, in which organization he's working, and what is his roles and responsibilities there, and what is his designation. Not a very straight question, but at the same time, like what is the role you shoulder in that organization, and what is the contribution you make to the organization, in that way. So he will be really interested to reply you, because you are asking so many questions about his profession. He will be really happy. And as Emmanuel rightly said, his achievements in the organization, like after joining, what all he has contributed and what all he has achieved in that organization. And sports is one common subject where everyone would love to talk about it. You can just check with them, hey, are you a sports person? Like, which sports do you really like to watch? Which is that sports you watch with a lot of interest and passion? Cricket. If you know cricket very well, talk to them in terms of cricket. If you know football, talk to them. So sports is one which gets the people together. Everyone would love to talk about sports. Next is fashion. Fashion across the world, across the culture, there are variety of fashion, and everyone would really like to talk about fashion. So check with them what is their background, what is their culture, and in their culture, what is the traditional attire they wear, and what does it mean. So try to get something about their culture, and what they are from, which place. They would really love to talk about their place, because they will be really passionate to talk about their place. Yes, I am from Nepal, and the places in Nepal are so beautiful, and people visit Nepal as a vacation spot, and they share so much of information. In order to keep the conversation going, keep it an open-ended question. This also I had told you in earlier sessions. There are different types of questions: open-ended question, closed-ended question, probing question, leading questions. Okay. So when I say closed-ended question, what is your name? If I ask you what is your name, that's it. That's a closed-ended question. You will say, my name is Emmanuel. Done. There is no scope for further discussion. If you want to keep the discussion alive, ask people open-ended question. Hey, what's your name? You're from which place? Connect that question. Keep it open, so that Emmanuel will say, "Hi, ma'am. I'm Emmanuel. I'm from Zambia." If you could still want to keep the interaction alive, you can say, "Hi, what's your name? You're from which place? Could you please tell me something about your place?" Then Emmanuel will really open up. He says, "I'm Emmanuel. I'm from Zambia, and in Zambia, this is how it is." When he is explaining about Zambia, ask him about the weather conditions, because you want to keep the communication on and on. So, how is the weather conditions there, and how does the society works there? What is the culture you follow? What is your currency? And how the schools and colleges operate there? What is the government college, government school actually there? How it works when compared to India? So check with them different concepts, where you also get a lot of information and you get connected with the other person. So talk about fashion, talk about sports, their culture, their background, maybe their history or something like that, or their family background, and they are from which place, and talk about that place, know more things about that place, sightseeing places and important business spots, and important universities, colleges, and what are some conferences which happen there, what are some national festivals, or what are some trade affairs which happen there. So keep enough stuff to talk to other people. So that makes the communication very, very interesting. Otherwise, we will not be having anything to talk to the other person, and the other person will get bored. And also, next is their passion. Ask them what is their passion. So now I'll ask Swahiba. Swahiba, are you there? Swahiba?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is your passion, Swahiba?
My passion is engineering.
Okay. She had mentioned this even in her. Tell me something about yourself. No, it's not Swahiba. Sanduni and Getrude. I'm sorry. I'm getting confused. Okay. So in engineering, what is your, what is that you need to really form in that particular area, Swahiba?
In especially aeronautical engineering.
Okay, fantastic. She has that clarity. She's very clear about her preferences. Very good, very good. So in this way, try to trigger some, which top universities are you looking for? Which colleges are you looking for? Have you done any homework on that? What type of exams you need to, competitive exams you need to write for that? And how is that? Swahiba, you have any updates on that?
I did INSAT
Okay.
and I got scholarship. So I'm waiting only for JAIN results.
Wow, very good, very good. Congratulations. So in this way, you have to ask additional questions, that is open-ended questions. So when you ask open-ended questions, they will open up and disclose more about themselves. And leading questions, one question will lead to an answer, and that answer lead to another question, that question lead to another answer. So you will keep like probing and leading are more or less like even probing. Have you seen in interrogations, police interrogations on a crime scene, they'll ask so many questions. Where were you at this time? What were you doing? Where was she? Is this wallet is yours? Or there's a fingering near the crime scene. Whose fingering is this? Something. So they keep asking so many questions. Finally, they will find the culprit. That is how they solve the cases. So the probing questions and leading questions, again, you can squeeze out a lot of information through this kind of communication. And when it comes to tell me something about yourself, telling about yourself, your strength, your passion, your hobby, what you like, whether it is fashion or sports. And after, apart from that, you can also ask them what is their vision, what is their ambition, what is that they want to do apart from their studies and apart from their job, what is that one thing they want to do uh, in parallel to their studies and the job. After getting into job also, what is that one thing they're very ambitious to do? That is one. And what is their vision? And what is that legacy they want to leave behind? Something like this. So let it not be a back-to-back question, but try to connect one question with the other so that the communication flows in a very natural way, and the other person will really feel wow about you. Wow, what an interesting communication. I had never had this kind of communication, because everyone will be talking too much about ourselves. Me. Try to hear the other person. There where the communication, there where the relationship really strengthens. When you hear more about the other person, he feels really inspired. Oh my God, this person wants to know so many things about me. In the beginning, they may not open up, but slowly. Imagine you have a long flight. So you can talk to them slowly here and there while having a cup of coffee or during the lunch. Try to trigger some, I have given you all the questions. Try to trigger some interesting questions. You can also ask them, um, are you an avid reader? That means, are you an voracious reader? Which are the books which influences you? Which are those books? So then they talk, if they are readers, they will really like your question. They start talking about so many books what they have read, and they say this author is wonderful, this is the message from this book, And this book, if you ask me, I can say 7 Habits of Highly Effective People from Stephen Covey is one book which has influenced me to great extent in my life. The 7 habits, if we can cultivate, that's really amazing. I have, it's been way back, I have implemented those habits and still I'm refining those. Yeah, so, and I can see a lot of transformation, a lot of changes in myself after I started using those principles, what they have mentioned in that book. And you can also read Who Moved My Cheese? Yeah, the monk who sold his Ferrari. And the latest, even Neeraj updated. Who Will Cry When You Die? Yeah. So there's some inspirational books that's really wonderful. If you ask this question, people will be really happy if they are avid readers. They start talking about books on and on. Some people will be very spiritual. If you ask spiritual questions, hey, you meditate? Just ask them, just to trigger some conversation. They say, yes, I love meditation. And they start talking about meditation. I do this meditation and I feel so much peaceful within myself. Something and all they come up with. So it's all in your hands how you build the questions and try to touch upon their interests so that you connect with them in a better way. Movies. Movies is also one thing which really connects with people. You can say, if you have really watched movies and which has really inspired you, mention that movie. I love this movie. If you ask me, I will say the old one, Shawshank Redemption, amazing movie. Yeah. And I can also say Pursuit of Happiness, The Wolf of Wall Street, and the latest movies you can mention. So this is a very amazing movie, The Fall from the Grace. I recently watched one movie, The Fall from the Grace, amazing movie. Yeah. One more Malayalam movie I watched, See You Soon, amazing message. All it's a pure technological movie, I can say. They have used so many apps throughout the movie. They speak about apps. They speak about apps means the story line goes using many apps. Since everything is online now, they have showed us how one can easily navigate from app to app and stay connected with the entire world, not with one person, entire world. See You Soon. Watch that movie. That's wonderful. Like this, you can trigger some conversation. See, so much I'm speaking about a movie. So movie is one, fashion, sports, their culture, their background, their history, their education, their ambition, their passion, their name. It's more than 10. Yeah, more than 10. Spirituality. And if you love dramas, ask them. Do you like Shakespeare drama? Trigger some questions like that. Then they start. If they really from a stage background, they need not be from stage background, but if they watch more dramas, if they like stage shows, they will start talking with you. So in this way, some of the subjects you have to really keep it ready. That is why small talk is very important. Imagine you're going out for lunch with your friends to a restaurant. Now, what is certain current affairs which is happening in the society? One is COVID-19. Okay. Another one is Sushant Singh's case. Okay. They're all trending topics. Okay. And don't get deep into that, but try to keep some information about that so that when others are discussing, I need not look like I don't know anything about that subject. I need not look like I'm totally blank about that subject. Current affairs, very important. What is happening in the society, the current affairs, keep a update about that. You can talk about current affairs also. And so in this way, you have to really keep the communication on, because you never know when you trigger the communication, you may find a valuable friend for life, or you may get a wonderful opportunity for growth in terms of your career or in terms of your business. You never know how the opportunity peeps in. So preparation is a must. Okay. So when it comes to interview, we also would like to say that tell me something about yourself is one where you need to really talk about your strength, your capabilities, your passion, your ambition, your vision. What is that value add which you are bringing it to their table? What is that value add? You bring it to their table. Um, give me a second. Um, Okay, there is some noise outside, so I thought let me wear the headphone. Yeah. So we were discussing, like, tell me something about yourself is one where you have to really pitch in about your strength, your capabilities, your ambition, your vision, and you talk more about yourself because the organization would like to understand what kind of person, what kind of a candidate they are hiring. Okay. And through your pitch, they will understand what kind of a person are you. When I say pitch, what is the understanding you have when I say pitch? What do you mean by that pitch? Okay, today, oh, so many people have joined. Very nice. Okay, today, oh, Mohammad Razal, good afternoon. Rekin, good afternoon. Daniel, Daniel, are you there?
No.
Okay. So when I say pitch, what do you mean by that pitch? Pitch yourself. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When I say pitch, what do you mean by that? When I say pitch yourself, what do you mean by that? Okay, there is some disturbance. Okay. Rekin, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when I say pitch about yourself, what do you mean by that? You can do a guesswork, no problem.
I think it's about describe myself.
Good, good. That's a very good. That's a very good approach. So when I say pitch yourself is nothing but tell me something about yourself. How do you elevate? How do you showcase your capabilities, strength, talent, skill, and knowledge? This is called as elevator pitch. Okay, have you heard this? Elevator pitch. Elevator pitch.
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Others, have you heard about this elevator pitch anytime?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let me explain it to you. It so happened in New York. Okay, in New York, you all know that you have all multi-storied buildings. This concept elevator pitch is been taken by New York. Okay, usually what happened? This New York had all have all multi-storied buildings, and whenever people take elevator, that is lift. Whenever people take elevator, In that elevator, you will also find potential employers, right? They will be going to different floors. They'll be going to different companies. So people will be in the elevator, and whoever in the elevator, they may be potential employers and some may be searching for the job. Simple example I give. See, I am in the elevator. Imagine I am in the lift. Suddenly, Narayan Murthy, Infosys, or say Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, he gets into the lift. Will you talk to him or not? Will you wish him and talk to him or not? Sanduni, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Imagine in the elevator, you find Narayan Murthy of Infosys or Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. Will you wish him and talk to him or not?
Yes, ma'am, exactly.
Definitely. Who will lose that opportunity? Narayan Murthy is a potential employer. Yeah, you never know. If I pitch myself, if I talk to him in a very confident way, he may tell me, please come and meet my HR. Correct, na?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't afford to forego this opportunity. Correct, na, Neeraj? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Emmanuel, am I right?
Very right, ma'am.
Yes. Razzle, am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Mohammed, yes. Gertrude, let's. Hi, Gertrude. Am I right? Do you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am, I totally agree.
Absolutely. So this elevator pitch is a concept where if you meet a potential person, whether in terms of business or in terms of work or job opportunity, you never know. Okay. See, now we know Infosys, Narayan Murthy, or Facebook, we have seen Mark Zuckerberg, at least in pictures. Okay. They are there. I will never miss a chance to tell him hi and pitch about myself and talk about myself. Okay. So that is elevator pitch. And when we say elevator pitch, the elevator takes 30 seconds to 1 minute to reach to the next floor. Okay. It takes 30 seconds to 1 minute to reach to the next floor. So within that 30 minutes to 1 second, 1 minute, sorry, 30 seconds to 1 minute, you need to pitch yourself. That is the concept of called elevator pitch. Earlier, it used to happen in New York. In New York, everyone used to take elevator, and in elevator, there used to be potential employers. There used to be candidates who are hunting for job. They straight away, they used to say hi. And in just fraction of 30 seconds or 1 minute, they used to give a wonderful introduction about themselves, and the employer or the potential employer may be very impressed, and he may call them for interview. Why don't you drop into our office? So in that way. So elevator pitch is a concept which has come from New York, where people used to communicate in the elevator, that is communicate in the lift. And in that, when they are communicating, I think one of you should mute because there is some background noise. And in that elevator, in the given time of 30 seconds to 1 minute, you have to pitch yourself. So that is called as elevator pitch. So how crisp you will keep your pitch, so quickly you will get identified or recognized by the other person. It's not beating behind the bush. It is not about being me. It's not about giving so much of introduction, because you don't have time. You have only 30 seconds or max 1 minute. So in that 1 minute, how you're pitching about yourself is called as the elevator pitch. Then it got used for sales and marketing. So how do you pitch your product? It got to that. So in one line, can you explain your product? It came like that. So that is called as elevator pitch. So let's watch this video. Okay. Okay. Are you able to see the video screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. You can watch the video.
Ma'am, there is no sound.
Okay. So did you understand? That is the elevator pitch. Sorry. So in just,
Ma'am,
yeah, yes, tell me.
there was no sound and it wasn't clear, so we didn't see anything, I'm sure.
Was the video not clear?
No, there was no sound. And it wasn't clear. I
Okay.
don't know if it was just my network or it's everyone. I don't know.
Oh, is it?
Ma'am, that video was no sound,
Video has no, just a
and
second.
that was lagging.
Just a second. Let me try once again. Let's try. Now is it fine?
No, ma'am. The video has no sound.
And it's lagging.
I've given the full volume. See, it's 100%. Just a second.
Oh.
Now is it fine?
No, ma'am.
Oh God.
Ma'am, there is sound, but
Just a second. Just a second.
They sound but not clear.
Maybe because of the network. Now, how is now? How is it now?
Ma'am, I
Is
can't.
it fine now?
Ma'am, I can't hear the sound. Ma'am, I can't hear the sound.
Okay. Okay, let me try to share another video. Just a second. Acha, acha, okay, I understand now. Okay. Okay, now I think it should work now. Is it fine now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
The elevator is your first step towards becoming a networking god. Hey, Mr. CEO. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
Reuben, right?
Yes.
Oh, I've heard a lot of good things about you.
Nice.
So,
nice.
what is it that you do then exactly?
Well, you know, I like merge all my talents together and just give it out to the world, like all my stuff inside me. It's like a mixture of stuff. Like I'm a creative guy, people's person, obviously. I write a bit of comedy, I present, I get up stage, talk to people, and I just know together all my creative ideas and my whole teams. That's not an elevator pitch. That's the ramblings of an unprepared bitch. An elevator pitch is a sentence that sums up what you do so concisely that you can tell it in a space of your average elevator ride. If you were to write it down, it'd be about 140 characters, which is about a tweet. So, let's try that again, shall we? Hey, Mr. CEO, good to see you, sir. Good to see you.
Hi, Reuben, right?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I've heard a lot of good things about you.
Okay, nice.
So, what is it you do then actually?
I'm a presenter and a comic. I host live events and I make online comedy videos. And I'm also co-founder of individualism.co.uk, which is the UK's leading men's style blog.
Oh, excellent. Got a few events coming up and we could do with your services. Have you got a card, haven't you?
I do. Yes, I do. There you go.
I'll be in touch.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day, mate. See? Preparation, it got me some potential work with the CEO of this whole company. Yeah.
Did you say a men's style employer?
Remember.
Okay. Did you understand now?
Yes.
Yeah. So in that elevator, within a few seconds, that is 30 seconds or max 1 minute, you can take it as, you never know, you can meet a potential employer or a CEO who can give you business opportunity, or who can give you job opportunities, or who can give you growth opportunities. So it's unpredictable. So you need to be always prepared so that you always give a valid impression about yourself. So one is, tell me something about yourself. In the last class, we all did that assignment. Yesterday, Sanduni and Neeraj, they really wrote a script about themselves, which was crystal clear, like what is their strength, what is their capabilities, and what is the value they can get to the organization, what is the value they can get to the society. Till that level, they wrote. It was really fantastic. They have already started their preparation. Okay. Sanduni, and when I asked Sanduni and Neeraj and all, they said after writing this, they are very confident now to talk about themselves. See, that is the key. That is the Preparation is the key. When you prepare a little bit about anything, you feel more confident. That's the simple part of it. Yeah. So others also, please try to do that exercise. Tell me something about yourself, because it's a powerful question. You can get the interest of the recruiter. It sets the ground for the recruitment process. Okay. So tell me something about yourself is one. And I also gave you the elevator pitch. Second point, elevator pitch, where you can pitch yourself in a very concise manner. Tell me something about yourself is a bit elaborative manner, because you will be given some time when you are sitting in the interviews process. You will be given some time, say at least 1 or 2 minutes to talk about yourself, so that you can tell something about yourself. But in elevator, even the CEOs will be busy. You also will not get enough time to talk to them. So you have to keep it really crisp. So 30 seconds or 1 minute, where you can pitch your personality. So that is elevator pitch. And when you give a right elevator pitch, the impression is established. You know how the CEO asked him, few events are coming up in our organization. There are upcoming events. Can you please share your contact? I will refer it to you. See, he got a business opportunity. So it's like that. So if you could establish a right impression, the first impression, the abundance of opportunities you will get. Yeah, whether in terms of your business or job, whatever it may be, whatever you are looking for. So preparedness is a must. Okay. In terms of even the dressing, see, the way he had dressed, he looked so professional, because you never know whom you will be meeting. It's okay, I'm like this, I carry myself like this. Yes, fine, you be you. But when you're stepping out of your house, ensure that you be an inspiration to someone else. You be a motivation to someone else, because many people will be watching you. Many people will be observing you. Many people will take inspiration from you. Many people will be smiling because of you. So you will be a reason for somebody else's inspiration. You will be a reason for somebody else's growth. So give a right picture, create a right brand for yourself. So whenever you step out of your house, you know whom you will meet. So dress yourself neatly, wear a proper attire, yeah, and look professional. It's a scenario is different. If you're going out with your friends, or you're hanging out, you're going out for a movie, you dress accordingly. Okay, but still you need to carry yourself in a right position, so that you never know. You never know, you can meet a potential employer even the movie hall. That's what I'm saying. Opportunities are unpredictable. So preparedness is the only key. Okay. So I told you about, tell me something about yourself. Second is the elevator pitch. When you set a right elevator pitch about yourself, elevator pitches, see like how the elevator is going up, elevator pitches, you are elevating yourself. You are presenting yourself in a esteemed way. That is the meaning of elevator pitch. So have a optimistic attitude, carry yourself confidently, and give a right elevator pitch. When you establish a right elevator pitch, the first impression is created. See, in the first scenario, he actually he was just pressing the button to walk away from the elevator, because I was on and on and on about myself. But then the second time I was crisp to the point. That is why we tell you to script it. Okay. On the interview hot seat, or whenever you're talking to someone, you will not be able to gather so many points to talk about yourself. So when you script it, these are all the 4 points I'll be talking about myself. Simple. Or these are the top 3 points I'll be talking about myself. Simple. You will be giving a right pitch. Okay. But we have given you all the details, what all you can talk about, your vision, your passion, your ambition. The list we have given, you decide top 3 what you want to speak. You want to speak about your strength, you want to talk about your ambition, you want to talk about your capabilities, talk about that, prepare about that, write about that, and keep it ready with examples. Okay, with examples, because you never know, the recruiter may ask just share an experience. So you should be ready with the story, but never fake it. Okay, don't fake anything. Take simple examples from your life. Okay, so first impression, tell me something about yourself, elevator pitch. Okay, so let's watch a video which gives more information about the first impression. I was telling about the first impression. The first impression is one which builds an impression about the individual. Usually we say uh, it's the first 7 seconds where the other person will create an opinion about you. Okay, it is just the 7 seconds. Most of the time we say never judge a book by its cover, but most of the time we judge a book by its cover. The way we dress ourselves, the way we present ourselves, the way we demonstrate our body language, the way we communicate, the way we use the words, the way we combine the communication with emotions, everything creates the first impression. So this first impression can either make your personality or break your personality. And it is always said that there is no second chance to create. Nobody will give you second chance to create a first impression. So what do you mean by first impression? For you, what is that first impression? Do you think first impression is very important? People on Zoom, and people on YouTube, do you think first impression is really important? Gertrude?
Yes, ma'am.
Why it is important?
Because I think this is a time when someone can make a story about you and understand the kind of person you are.
Yes, absolutely. First impression is that through which the other person will create an opinion about me. So in this, why we are saying the first 7 seconds is, in the first 7 seconds, they will see what action you do. In the sense, are you really enthusiastic? Are you really energetic to meet the other person? That's very, very important in communication. See, in communication, the first 7 seconds plays a vital role when you're meeting the person for the first time. In the first place, they see your action. Are you really happy meeting the other person? And are you really enthusiastic and energetic? Yeah. And earlier, much before the pandemic, we had the culture of handshake, correct? So are you giving the right handshake, the firm handshake? Okay, not now. Now you can't shake hand with the people because we have to follow the social distancing and other precautionary measures. But much earlier to pandemic, handshake was the culture. Okay, so handshake. Now we can't emphasize on handshake during this period. Maybe going forward for some time, it is, you can just say hi, hello, and it is all, we are connecting majorly through virtual connects. So it is all hi, hello, and it's not that face-to-face meeting. It is most of virtual meetings. Even in virtual meetings, you have to create that impression with the people. You have to really create that right impression with the people. The way you have an eye contact with them, the way you smile at them, the way you communicate, the way you pronounce the words, because when you're communicating with them, they see your action. Okay, they see your action, they hear your words, and along with the words, they sense your emotions. Where is the emotions in this first impression? When you ask them, hey, how are you feeling today? How is your family doing? So when you ask about, yes, you are meeting a client, but still ask them, how is your family doing? They feel really very happy. That connect happens because we are all emotional human beings. When somebody asks about my family, I feel very happy. So that way, when you say, When you smile at them, is it a fake smile or a very genuine smile? You are really happy connecting with that person. So they observe all those emotions. They can sense that through your body language. And finally, when they watch your action, when they hear your words and they sense your emotions, they frame an opinion about you. And all this will take 7 seconds. That is why they say the first impression, the first 7 seconds are very, very important. So have a right eye contact, carry a bright smile. When you carry a bright smile, it makes the environment around you lighter. And when you smile at others, people will feel, okay, you are comfortable to communicate with me. You are giving me that space to communicate with you. So they'll feel more comfortable to approach you. Correct now? You all agree with that? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that is the first impression you create about yourself. So use the right body language, carry yourself in a right attire to the occasion. Wherever you're going, dress accordingly. And see, if you want to have respect, earn respect, okay? It's not that I will shout and the people should respect me. You have to earn respect, and you will earn respect depending upon the way you present yourself and depending upon the way you carry yourself. Okay? So that is the understanding. Give that impression to the people that which makes the people that first impression is the best impression and it's a long lasting impression. The other person should feel, hey, I have to meet Sandhuni again. What a wonderful personality. I have to meet Getrude again. I have to meet Emmanuel again. We had such a wonderful discussion. It was such a fruitful discussion. I want to meet that personality again. You should carry that pitch. Okay. So that is the importance of the first impression. So you're not given a second chance for the first impression. So why don't you make the first impression the best impression? But some people ask questions, ma'am, is that every time first impression is the best impression? Sometimes it may be deceiving also. Yeah, sometimes it may be deceiving also. That is the exceptional case. Out of 100%, 2 to 3% may be an exceptional case that we think that we met a wonderful person, but that person turned out to be different. It happens, exceptional case. But 95% of the time, we need to be prepared. Okay, so that is the understanding of the first impression. So let's watch a video to have a more clarity about first impression.
It takes time to really get to know someone, but first impressions often determine whether someone is willing. It takes time to really get to know someone, but first impressions often determine whether someone is willing to spend more time learning about you. In fact, people's first impressions are made within 7 seconds of meeting someone new. The details that someone takes in about you all factor into how they perceive you to be. Whether you ace that job interview or score a second date all depends on how you project yourself. Here are some tips on how to make a good impression. 1. Be enthusiastic. Show interest in the person you meet. Don't hold back or be afraid to show that you're excited about something. In fact, people often see passion as a charming sign of strength and inspiration. Showing your enthusiasm by smiling or incorporating friendly humor will make you seem approachable and easygoing. 2. Show respect. People want to feel respected before they reciprocate it. Be polite and show manners with please and thank you. And don't just focus your manners towards the person you meet. Make sure to treat everyone around you well, too, as it shows a lot about who you are. For example, if you're out for dinner, be sure to treat your waiters well, not only your date. 3. Be open to new ideas. Openness is an inviting trait, so give new experiences a shot. You don't have to lie and be enthusiastic about it if you didn't enjoy it, but let people know that you're willing to try something new with them. This will also encourage them to be open to your suggestions as well. Engaging in new activity together is a great conversation starter and can create a sense of closeness. 4. Be positive. Although life can be challenging, if you're able to make every moment count and find the good even within the bad, people will be drawn to your resilience. You shouldn't be a blind optimist, but having a positive outlook, despite any hardships, makes you seem dependable. 5. Realize it's not all about you. It's great to show off your strengths when meeting someone new, but people also like to see a degree of humility, because it shows that you understand there's always room for improvement. There's a difference between confidence and self-centeredness. To avoid seeming conceited, focus on larger concerns in the world, and be sure you're letting the other person participate equally in the conversation. 6. Try to avoid the bad days. Timing plays an important role, and while there's only so much we can control, if something unfortunate happens that deeply affects you, you're not obliged to follow through with a scheduled meeting on the same day. Instead, you can bring up the issue and set up another time. Let them know your time with them is valuable to you, so you don't want to let unfavorable aspects of your life to affect them or make them uncomfortable. It'll show wise judgment on your part and demonstrate your ability to communicate effectively. 7. Pay attention to your body language. Body language has 4 times the influence on first impressions than the words that come out of your mouth. It's important to be aware of the way you present yourself. Make sure your posture is good, make strong eye contact, and lean forward to express interest. It's not the end of the world if you don't make a good first impression, even if you meet with someone important, but don't feel like you have to be someone else. There will always be more opportunities to connect with other people. What do you do that helps you make a good impression? Have you noticed anything other people do that leaves a good or bad impression on you? Feel free to share in the comments below.
Okay. Did you understand the concept of first impression?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So first impression, see, it's not that disastrous that you couldn't make the right first impression, but then try to observe like how the other people try to make the impression, how is their body language, how are they carrying themselves, what is the kind of attire they are wearing. Be an observer, a avid observer, okay? How they are presenting themselves, how they are using their gesture and posture, and the way they are trying to present something, how they are trying to create that impression, what is that effort they are taking to create that impression. Observe all those things and see where I'm really doing right or whether I'm doing wrong in certain areas, and we have to rectify that. As simple as that. Maybe sometimes I'm not wearing the right attire, that pulls down my confidence. That's the problem. We will not be able to make the right impression if I'm not because even having that right attire, and that also gives that pitch, that gives an elevation to yourself, to your personality. So everything matters. It matters. So preparation is a must. So whenever you go out, carry that bright smile, dress up yourself neatly, because you never know whom you will be meeting. Okay, dress according to the situation or the occasion or the place, and keep a lot of stuff to talk. Preparation, small talks. I have given you the list on what all things you can talk, and you don't feel like talking about anything else, at least the current affairs. Current affairs, what is happening with the society, how is the government performing, how is the GDP, and what is the efforts taken by the government to control COVID. Certain general terminologies. Keep ready. You should have some stuff to talk with people, right? So write the first impression, the elevator pitch, then all this makes a big difference. That it adds a dent to your personality. So dent is that notch, like how Steve Jobs gave us the smartphone. He disrupted the market, right? He created a dent in the mobile industry. So in that way, like when we say dent, life was not before and after, it was not the same. That's what we mean to say. Before smartphone and after the smartphone, there is a lot of changes. There was a disruption in the mobile industry. So that is the kind of dent we are trying to mention here. You make that notch, okay? You make that dent. Okay, today I met a wonderful person. Okay, so that is about. Now, when we are talking about tell me something about yourself, please watch this beautiful video. Whatever I have explained, all the things are there in that video.
So tell me about yourself. So tell me about yourself.
Well, I like
So tell me about yourself.
Can I call a friend?
You submitted the resume and you waited patiently, and finally you got that phone call, and now you got the interview. You're sitting across the table and the hiring manager smiles and asks you the question, tell me about yourself. And you panic and you don't know what to do and you don't know what to say. You start to stutter, and halfway through the conversation you say to yourself, ugh, I blew it. Why did I even say that? You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Usually that hiring manager makes up his or her mind in the first 3 minutes during the interview. Do you make a good impression? So today I'm going to share with you from a CEO perspective, from a hiring manager perspective, from an employer perspective, what is the best response to the question, tell me about yourself. You see, we have interviewed thousands and thousands of potential applicants, and I cannot tell you how many times I see people kind of struggle with this question. But however, there are incidents that we are very impressed with the response. This is not theory. We have taken some of the best replies, some of the best responses to this question. I'm gonna teach it to you. And by the end of this video, you're gonna walk away with the exact formula, exactly what do you need to say and how to say it. I'm also going to give you a little script, a little template. So next time when you are asked this question, you know exactly what to say. And now let me give you a couple keys first. Key number 1, when the hiring manager is asking you the question, tell me about yourself, they are not actually asking about your whole life story. They're not asking about your parents, your background, and your dog's name, and what kind of cat do you have. It is not about that. So when people hear that question, they think, oh, let me tell you my life story, and 20 minutes into it, you have not talked about anything important. So what they're actually asking is, what are you bringing to the table? So from now on, when you hear the question, tell me about yourself, I want you to make the mental switch. That equals, what value could you bring to the company? What problems can you solve for the company? That's what they are asking. And you shouldn't go on and on and on about all your background and all of that. No, don't do that. Key number 2, be yourself, but be your best self. See, one of the mistakes people make is they believe in an interview, well, you know, I just want to be myself. Yes, you want to be yourself, but you want to be your best self. You want to be authentic. You don't want to be fake. But it doesn't mean that you just share everything. This is the first time you just sitting across the table from a hiring manager. It's like a date, right? You just getting to know each other. This is like a coffee date. So make sure that you present your best self, right? Lead with your strong foot forward. So when they are asking you the question, everything that you share, any statement that you make, you always want to tie it back to what's in it for them. WIIFM, what's in it for them. So let me give you an example. Let's say someone is hiring and you're applying for a social media manager position, okay? And the hiring manager is asking you, well, so tell me about yourself. A typical response. Someone might say, well, you know, I grew up with social media and I've used social media for a long, long time. My whole life, actually. So I'm very familiar with it. And just about 3 years ago, and I thought to myself, hey, you know, maybe I could actually make a living doing this. So I started playing around with it and, you know, take on a couple of clients here and there. And I've worked with a couple of people and now, you know, I'm planning to get married, and my fiance, you know, told me that, you know, I should get a stable job. So here I am, and I'm looking for a company that offers a good, you know, growth potential, a good growth opportunity, and also this place is, you know, not too far from my home, so it's good. It's only a 10-minute drive. You see the problem? Like that, it's all me. It's all about that person, what they need, and all of that stuff. Bad idea. Now, how do you feel if you are the hiring manager? When you ask that question, comment below if that's the answer that you get. So instead of rambling on about that, about my background and all this stuff, what I want, no. If you are turning it into a benefit, what's in it for them? What's in it for the company? What's in it for the hiring manager? What could you say? I'm going to give you a simple formula. Write this down. 3S. 3S. First, success. Now, here's a script that you could use. I have been blank. Or my background is blank. So let me demonstrate. Let's say it's the same position. Social media manager that you're applying. So first, success. I have been. I've been doing social media for the last 3 years, and I specialize in helping companies and entrepreneurs growing their Facebook fan page. And in the last 3 years alone, I've helped dozens of clients in over 10 different industries. And on average, I've been able to help my clients to really increase the engagement and grow their fan page by 300 to 500% in less than 6 months. And that's what I am passionate about. In fact, I have listed some of those clients that I've worked with in the reference letter. You see how that works? You're talking about your success, but without bragging. It's more to demonstrate and showcase your skill set. What are you good at? That's step number 1, success. And then step number 2 is strength. And here's the script. My strength is, or my real strength is, fill in the blank. My real strength is my ability to truly understand what your audience wants. I pride myself on my reputation to creating engaging and compelling content that I know your audience loves and want to share. That's the second step. My strength is blank. Third, situation, meaning how does that apply to the position that you're applying? How do you apply your background, your strength into the new company, the new opportunity? Situation, what I am looking for is. What I am looking for is, fill in the blank. What I'm looking for is a company that I could add value to, that I could produce a positive return on investment for, where I could join a strong team. Is this what ABC company is looking for? You see, at the end, you ask a question. Whoever asks a question controls the conversation. So you want to ask a question, and then now the hiring manager would be like, okay, yeah, I guess that's what I'm looking for. No, that's not what we're looking for. And you go from there. Just because you are in an interview, it doesn't mean that you don't need to sell. Now, the next question you might have is, well, Dan, does that mean that I have to like memorize a script of some sort? The answer is absolutely yes. You don't want to go in unprepared. In fact, you want to write it out, practice it, rehearse it many, many times. So when you are in front of that potential hiring manager, you're ready to go. You need to memorize it and say it many, many times and repeat it many, many times so it comes across very, very natural. The last thing you want is to panic and stutter and you don't know what to say. You do not want to do that. If you find this video useful, comment below. If you want to equip yourself
Okay, did you watch the video?
Yes, ma'am. It was interesting.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is how it is, where you need to showcase your talent, skill, knowledge. And that's why we told you, you have to prepare yourself. You have to really script it out because there are certain standard questions they'll ask you. Tell me something about yourself. Then what are your strengths? What is your strength, greatest strength? What is your greatest weakness? And where do you see yourself down the line 3 years? Where do you see yourself down the line 5 years? And have you ever faced challenges in life? Have you ever worked with a difficult person? Have you ever faced a difficult situation? And how did you tackle that situation? Have you ever made any mistakes in life? What did you learn from that mistake? So situational questions, stress related questions, behavioral competency related questions. So there will be flair of questions they ask you where you need to really be prepared, because if you are unprepared on the interview hot seat, you will not be able to connect to the right points. Then you will lose an opportunity. As in the video you saw, you will be waiting for a job, you would have applied and you would have waited for the call, and finally the day is on and you are unprepared. So imagine your situation. So preparation is the key. Okay. So any doubts still here? You have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So you also understood. Tell me something about yourself. So please, apart from Neeraj, Sanduni and Getrude, whoever have not done this activity, not for the sake of interview, maybe you're not attending the interview now, but at least this is the right time for you to reflect on yourself. You have ample of time now to understand yourself. Where do you stand today? What is your strength? What is your weakness? And when you're trying to answer all these questions, please put across your answers in the form of a STAR approach, STAR. It is called as STAR approach. Have you heard this concept before?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I would have told you in one of the sessions, right? Today. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So STAR approaches, STAR. Okay. S stands for situation, T stands for task, A stands for action, and R stands for result. So whenever you are trying to answer the questions like what is your greatest strength, then have you ever worked with a difficult person in college? So it's all related to your college now, because they know you're a fresher. Okay. Have you ever handled a difficult person? Have you ever faced any problem, and have you ever come up with some solution for that problem? Have you ever taken important decision in life? and you stand by that decision. If you had courage, say for example, if you had courage to take any decisions in life, would you change certain decisions? So like this, they'll ask you kind of questions where you need to really analyze the situation and answer. So there they'll assess your analytical skills, your think on feet skills, how well you can think on the spot and answer certain questions. So there you have to answer all these questions in the form of a STAR approach: situation, task, action, results. So situation is what was, yes, I have faced a challenge. So what was the situation? What was the challenge? Mention that. Second, in the challenging situation, what all the tasks you had to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it to the point. 1, 2, 3. Enough. 1, 2, 3. Enough. That is task. A is action. What action you took in the challenging situation? Mention them. What all action you took. And at the end, result. What was the result from the challenging situation? And what did you learn from the challenging situation which applies to your life? What did you learn? That's what they want to hear from you. When you present your answer in STAR approach, your answer will be more structured, your thoughts will be more organized, and you need not panic in pulling out the data in your mind. If you are prepared on all these points, presentation will get that first impression. Okay, so that is called as STAR approach. So keep one separate book for your process. Maybe after your final year, you will be attending the interview, but now you have ample of time. Sit and write about all these things. Tell me something about yourself, how you want to create your first impression. What is your elevator pitch? At this point in time, whatever is your strength, whatever in the current scenario, whatever is your potential, try to establish that. Maybe after final year, at that time of final year, however you will be used to this practice, you can prepare your presentation in a very flawless way, because you already would have done once and you have gained that experience. So write about all these things. What is your greatest strength? And for everything, whatever, that's what in the video you saw. Whatever statement you say, stand by it, okay? Have enough data for that statement, because they will ask you examples and evidence. Evidence in the form of examples. So let it not be a very dramatic story, because I can't fake it. Some simple examples, simple experience from my own life. Okay, it's like that. And one more video you can watch. Just a second.
Am I the only one who doesn't see anything here?
I also don't see anything.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
We didn't see anything.
You couldn't watch the video?
No. It was
Right.
just black.
Let me try to. I don't know, sometimes it's so challenging. Is it fine now?
No, ma'am.
Is the video not visible?
It's not visible.
It's not visible. Oh God. Oh, let me try once again. Are you able to see the video screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Hey, Spectacle family.
Is it audible?
We are so grateful for all of the love and
Able to
support
see.
that you give us.
Thank you.
Our mission is to make
Yeah. Is it
psychology more
audible?
accessible to everyone.
Volume is there?
Now, let's begin. Small mistakes can make or break
Yes,
a
ma'am.
first impression.
Okay.
People make up their minds very quickly.
Can you
And once their
restart
mind
it?
is made up, once you've
I have
made a
to
bad
restart?
impression,
Just a second.
it's difficult to. Hey, Psych2Go family. We are so grateful for all of the love and support that you give us. Our mission is to make psychology more accessible to everyone. Now, let's begin. Small mistakes can make or break a first impression. People make up their minds very quickly, and once their minds are made up, once you've made a bad impression, it's difficult to undo the damage you've done. Luckily, you can learn how to make a better first impression. But first, you have to figure out what you're doing wrong. So let's talk about 10 common mistakes that are ruining your first impressions right off the bat. 1. You show up late. Have you ever waited around wondering if someone was going to show up? Or are you the one who often shows up late? Tardiness will instantly ruin any first impression. By showing up late, you're sending the other person a message. That message says, "My time is worth more than yours." Not only is that disrespectful, it can also be incredibly frustrating. To avoid being late, it's better to start your journey early. 2. You forget their name. Have you ever forgotten someone's name? This bad habit destroys any first impression. They may have just introduced themselves. You may have heard their name 10 seconds ago, but somehow their name slipped in one ear and out the other. Here's a trick to make sure this never happens to you. When someone introduces themselves, say their name right back to them. When they say, "Hi, I'm Jamie," you respond, "Hi Jamie, it's nice to meet you." By repeating their name out loud, you're not only improving your memory, you're showing this person that you're both present and attentive. 3. You use filler words. First impressions can be nerve-wracking. You want someone to like you, but all that pressure can take its toll. Do you often use filler words like and like? How often do you rely on these words to fill the pause in your sentences? Using too many filler words can destroy a first impression immediately. So instead of stumbling through your sentences, slow down. Think about what you want to say. And remember, there's nothing wrong with taking your time. 4. You interrupt people repeatedly. Are you mindful of when and how you speak? Do you interrupt people frequently? Interrupting someone can shatter a first impression. It's important to give others time and space to express their ideas. When you talk over someone, you're conveying that your words are more important than theirs. 5. You avoid eye contact. How often do you make eye contact? Eye contact is one of the most important pieces of body language, especially when making a first impression. It shows someone that you're confident, attentive, and interested. Eye contact forges stronger bonds and allows people to connect on a deeper level. If you spend the whole conversation staring at the floor, you may want to change your body language. A lack of eye contact could be ruining your first impressions. 6. You only talk about yourself. You spend too much time talking about yourself. Many people do this without even realizing it. You may steer the entire conversation towards your life, but conversations are a two-way street. If you're always focused on yourself, it isn't fun or fair to the other person. It's okay to talk about yourself sometimes, but every conversation should go both ways. 7. You answer your phone during a conversation. When you get a text message in the middle of a conversation with someone, do you respond to it right away or later? Calling and texting in the middle of a conversation tells people that they don't have your full attention, and that can ruin any first impression. 8. You complain too much. When you meet someone for the first time, complaining too much can be a deal breaker. Let's say you keep complaining about an ex to someone during your first date. They might think that sooner or later you're going to complain about them too. On the flip side, when you change your perspective and view bad situations as learning opportunities, others will see you as both mature and constructive. 9. You tell long stories. Long-winded stories can sink any first impression. If you ramble on for 20 minutes, people are going to lose interest. They're going to wonder why you're talking so much about yourself. Keep your stories brief and punchy. That way, you can get your point across without boring the other person. And 10. You don't ask questions. Does bragging help or hurt your first impression? You don't make a positive impression by explaining why you're great. You make a positive impression by forming a connection with someone. Make an effort to learn about them. Take an interest in their job, their passions, and their dreams. If you want to make a great first impression, ask plenty of questions. Have you ever made a really bad first impression?
Okay, hope you could watch the video. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is what had a wonderful session. We discussed about, tell me something about yourself, the first impression, the elevator pitch, and how you can spoil your first impression. That also we try to understand from the video. Okay, hope the session was meaningful. Hope you could learn something today.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, what should I update, Ashish? Do you want a few more classes should we continue with the sessions, or should we wind up on Friday? Friday would be your last session. So what is your take on this?
I think we should continue with the session because it has been helping us, really. It has been helping us a lot.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
Hope the sessions are meaningful and hope you are learning something out of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then that really gives us a lot of energy and inspiration to work on this. Fine, then we will keep the session going on until your college and Ashish updates on this. So Friday, we will meet again at 2 o'clock with a new concept, stories and videos and other things. Okay?
Ma'am?
Yes, Emmanuel, tell me. You wanted to say something, Emmanuel?
Yes. Are we going to be awarded certificates?
Certificates, yeah, I will surely check on this, Emmanuel. A few of the students asked me in a few sessions earlier. I will check on this with Ashish and I'll keep you posted on Friday. Is that fine?
Yes, sure, it's fine.
Yes. Thank you so much. So let's all meet on Friday with a new topic and with new learnings. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being wonderful audience. Appreciate your patience. Signing off, Manjula Srikanth.
Until
Bye
next
bye.
time.
Take care. Take care. Yeah. I'll end the session now. See you.